Hello, guys. We're back again with Gidi Gooners, and this episode looks like it's going to be a very serious episode. Nobody's laughing, everybody's serious because we're focused with our heads and we're focused on tomorrow. The game tomorrow is going to be an EPL Cup final, as Pep said, and we're focused in because it almost looks like whoever wins that game wins the league. And so, nothing more serious than the game tomorrow. We miss out on it, we miss out on the league. We win it, and then we still have hope, and we're back in the grind. All right. So as usual, I am here, Prof. Oski, and I'll be introducing the others. You guys already know Soze. You know Uti. Uti, what's the Hue that is always on your? It's should we call you Uti or we just call you Hue or just
It's
call you
Hugh.
Sule
It's
FC?
Huey.
Hue. Okay.
Huey.
Okay. And then there's dual strikers, yeah. Some of the baddest FPL players, Dibor, L. Like I'll let you guys introduce yourselves as Arsenal fans, and then we'll take it from there. Diolu.
All right. My name is Diodun, like you said. Okay, I'm a business developer. I'm also an Arsenal fan. I've been an Arsenal fan for since my childhood, anyways, for over 20 years now. I've been an Arsenal fan, and I'm passionate about this season. I'm so much like expectant. I can't wait to see us lift that trophy. Yeah,
We'll win it. We're winning
that's
it. I'm positive.
yeah.
I'm positive. Debo, how positive are you? You want to introduce yourself?
Yeah, hi everyone. My name is Debo. So I've been an Arsenal fan for well over 2 decades. Funny enough, I used to be a Liverpool fan in my childhood. My dad and my
Wow.
brother are Liverpool fans, and I think when Kanu moved to Arsenal, I became an
Yeah.
Arsenal fan. Tomorrow's game, I'm optimistic, but the lineup will tell. Once I see the lineup, I'll have my gut feeling about the game.
So, what lineup is going to give you confidence?
So if looking at City and the way they play, I think the only way to beat City is to have a counter-attacking, a very fast lineup, that can break away and challenge some of their not so fast defenders. So I'd like to have Martinelli down the left as usual. Um, Jesus would have to start and Saka with Odegaard. In my lineup for, let me go to my defense. My back four would be Tierney, Gabriel Holding, and White. Now, Partey, we have in midfield. Then the pairing for Partey is where I'm not too sure. There's a couple of things we can do there. I'm not sure if Xhaka is fit. I know Jorginho is available, but he's be too slow for that type of game. Zinchenko would be the no-brainer in that position. Yeah, so I think that's my lineup.
Zichenko where now? Zichenko will be. So
Pairing
you're
with
starting Tierney.
Partey. Yes,
So he will play the eight for us instead of because there'll be no Zaka.
yes.
That sounds brilliant. To be honest, that sounds brilliant. Utsi, you think that wins us? You think that wins us the game tomorrow?
I don't know what juju you want to use. Yeah, I don't know the juju that you want to use tomorrow, but I don't think any lineup that we decide to field would compare to City's strongest side. No matter how we want to mix and match our team, I don't know how we want to do that. Perhaps just share confidence of the boys and obviously the momentum, us being on top as well. I know we've lost 4 points, I would say, in our last 3 games, but if they can
Six
fight like
actually.
that from the very beginning. I would say 4 because that Southampton game, everybody already thought that was gone. Everybody already forgot that game, and then we came back. That's why I say 4. But yeah, 6 in all honesty. But I don't know. I feel like that's the only thing that we can do. But the inside there somewhere, I feel like we are going to get beaten by that. But we need to be able to bounce out of that, that headspace.
Sozi, I want to ask a question here. have you seen
Okay.
the demeanor of Arsenal fans in recent days up to this match tomorrow, right? Do you think that if it was solely by the fans' confidence, if the fans were the players, don't you think we've lost this game already?
No, I don't think we've lost it.
No, no, by the demeanor of
I
the
don't
fans,
think we have.
like the fans. If the players act like the fans and lose hope, because a lot of Arsenal fans are already going like, man, there's nothing that you can do against City. We've lost this thing, right?
No, but
Imagine
me,
if the players have
but
that.
I'm not saying against. I'm not saying for the league. I'm just saying for that game, right? That particular game. I don't
You
know.
don't think we can win it?
I don't see us wanting it more than City.
From the interactions I've had online, from reviews I've seen, I think what everybody is concerned about is how we'll be able to sustain the onslaught now, and that is why everybody has been coming up with different formations. And I was also about asking Debo a question when he said Zinchenko will pair Partey. So are you saying that we sustain our formation? So it means Tierney is going to play as a left back in place of Zinchenko, while Zinchenko takes Xhaka's position. Is it what you're trying to say?
Yeah, because I think in this game, Xhaka, we don't need so much of his opening up as an eight, moving into spaces or in attacking roles. We need something more defensive. And what you have with Zinchenko is somebody who is two-legged. He's able to protect the ball in tight spaces. We are not going to possess the ball as much as City in this game. So we need to find a way to protect the ball. I think Zinchenko gives us a bit of that edge. Depending on how the game goes, of course, we have a lot of players on the bench who can come on, but I think that would be the safest lineup to start with. You can have Gabriel, man mark Haaland, because Haaland is really the danger man for them. I'm not so worried
Yeah.
about the likes of Grealish or De Bruyne or Silva, but Haaland, if you can neutralize Haaland, you've already beaten them halfway. So if you put Gabriel on Haaland, you put Tierney on Mahrez, and then Ben White on Grealish on that other wing, then really the midfield, Partey can do his little bit in the midfield. So every player needs to have an assignment, and I think we have a chance to win that game.
Thank you.
So do you think the problem is
So
um, supply?
What did you say?
for me, I
Do you
think
do you think the risk is
okay,
more on
okay.
and or the supply, Diolu?
You
Hey,
so
Salvi,
for me, what
welcome.
I think is
Salvi, you're muted. You're muted.
Salvi.
Hi guys, how you guys doing?
Hey, how you
Nice,
doing?
nice to be here.
Welcome. Welcome.
Yeah, thank you
Gidi
guys.
Gooners
All right.
family. That's a Salvi, a
Yes,
diehard Arsenal
Yeah,
fan.
I Salvi.
yes, guys. Hi guys. Hi, Dulu. Alpha. All right. Let's go,
I
friends.
do.
So, Diolu, you're saying, like,
All right. So as I was
do you
saying
think that
before, so for me, I think the major concern is the defense. We've lost Saliba for a while now, and we've not been able to replace him. So if I'm going to be looking at that team, the spine of the team for me is broken because from that middle we get penetrated. We have Alan there already. We have someone like De Bruyne who can find Alan easily. So every time Alan will be a threat. So for me, I would prefer to have someone like Jorginho and maybe um Partey in the middle, and we can now work on the flanks to just use like Debo said earlier that we can use counter as a strategy because if we don't work on that middle, we should make sure that midfield is solid. City will break us down every time.
I
Every time we
agree.
attack.
I
should I tell
agree.
my should I
Wait,
tell
wait.
my guys? Should I tell you guys my opinion?
Yeah, go on.
Right? I feel we try to soak in the pressure. We're gone. Right?
Hmm.
I honestly feel we're gone. Because how long can you soak in a City pressure? Even if Saliba is there, if everybody's there, no team can literally soak up the City pressure for majority of the game, right? The last game we played with City, quite all right. City scored 3 goals. That was the first time in Guardiola's career, right, that a team is having almost 70% possession on him, right? So if our midfielders and our strikers come to the fore, right, And we just need a little more from our defenders and the goalkeeper by saying, okay, just save your own, right? I am very sure that we can score 1, 2, 3 goals against this City team. I am sure, but I just need like everybody to be on point. To be honest, in my own opinion, right, I do not like, and I repeat it, and I've been saying it. I am a fan of the player, but I'm a fan of the person, but I'm not a fan of the player, right? And that's Jesus, right? Because I think a team does not have 30 chances in a game or 20 chances in a game. Sometimes all you have is 3 chances, especially when you're playing a big team, right? And when you have these 3 chances, you must take two or take something off it. Jesus plays with the ball too much, and
So
so it would,
so
yeah.
okay. Sorry to cut you short. So are you saying that we dominate possession and attack, we play a normal game and not
That would be difficult.
No, but that's what
That
we
would
because
be
did in the
difficult.
That's what we did in the last leg.
You
In
know,
the
you know, we
first
had a
leg, that's
player
what.
like Saliba that could hold the ball,
That's,
that could
and
play with his foot. We don't have
that's what I'm
Odin cannot do
thinking.
that.
Thank you. Do you know that was the point?
Will
That
fall
was
under
the
pressure.
point. That was the point I was trying to make.
What's the
Like
point?
as far as we have holding in that back four,
Odin cannot play with
right?
ball.
Forget about it. Haaland will destroy him.
You know the funny part. You know the funny
Stand
part, guys. Yeah, the truth of the matter is that we cannot play City defensively. We'll lose.
No, Prof, we're
That's the
talking
truth.
about the passing game itself. We're talking about possession game that you're saying. Because
That's the only
Odin cannot
way.
really play the
Because that's
ball.
why that's why that's
Odin
why
cannot
that's
play the
why
ball.
that's
Saliba
why
is a ball playing defender.
yes, that's
You
why
get
Ramsdale had issues because he couldn't play that normal ball
exactly.
to Saliba that he normally has been
He
doing
plays
since. And
to
if you notice it since Saliba came, since Holding came, it's been
Odin
two
can
two,
do now.
2-2, 3-3. Look at that. He's the only thing different in the team. He's the
so are
only
we
thing
I
saying
different
think
in
are
I
the
we
think I
team.
think,
saying
I think
all
we're being
this?
I think we're being hard on Holding. I think we're being hard on Holding because
Yes, too
seven
hard.
goals in the last yes, 7 goals in the last 3 games. I can tell you players that were at fault, right? I can literally tell you players that were at fault. The corner kick goals, you're not going to blame Holding on that because that was no build up play, right? The corner kick goal was definitely Zichenko's fault. The one that Partey was trying to play with the ball was Partey's fault. Ramsdale's zone was Ramsdale's fault. Do you understand what I'm saying? The only for us to switch it. Holding has been a little decent. The only problem I have with Holding in our backline is the fact that we cannot play the high line on him, right? Beyond the fact that we play the high line, he's not the
Exactly.
worst
That's the
person when it
problem.
comes to aerial balls
Prof,
or anything. It's just that high line that changes our game. Because before we used to be like most players on the halfway line, but Holding is not fast enough to be on that halfway line. Beyond that, I think he has been decent, and I think we're being too hard on Holding. To be honest,
But
my
I
opinion.
think going
and
back to
apart
what
from that, Prof, he's not a ball playing
going back
defender. For
to
you to play the high
I
line,
agree.
you need to be able to
I
hold the
agree.
ball as a defender and have confidence.
I
If
agree.
Alan pressures holding, Prof, you will drop the ball.
Yeah,
You
So
I
understand?
Easy,
so
That
easily, easily.
confidence.
I
so this
tend
guy
It's
to
so easy
is
to
so remember that this guy is our third choice right back, right center back. Holding is our third choice right central back. Yeah, we lost Saliba, right? So naturally Ben White should have come in, but we lost Tomiyasu in the same vein. Do you understand? Because if Tomiyasu was around, Ben White will come in as the automatic second choice right center defender. So right now, automatically, we lost the first one and the second one. And Holding is our third. So it is what we expect. It's our third.
No, but you can always change. You can change that lineup, right? What if you play? What if you play it sort of like a 3-5-2 thing, right? Where you always have three center backs, right? And then you just use maybe bring in Bruce Nelson earlier, right? And you just have somebody, Bruce Nelson and Saka running the flanks with Trossard and
You want
Martinelli
to
still
test.
up
You want to.
front.
You want to test formation with Man City.
yeah, that's the challenge. We haven't we
so
haven't
but
we haven't played the three in the back this season, at least from what I can remember. We haven't played it in the Premier League. And if you do that in this type of game, the players are not they don't understand the instructions. On paper, it looks perfect, right? But in terms of player instructions, for them to understand how to spread the ball
The
out,
transitions.
it's almost like starting from scratch, and they will literally just fall apart, I feel.
True.
But you've profiled the solution already now. I think the lineup you spoke to earlier on actually solves the holding problem because we're saying that we cannot transition with holding playing at the back. So if Zinchenko comes, he's good in tight corners. He's there to even, I mean, give that support to Partey in terms of transitioning the ball from defense to attack. Because lately, if we look at the videos, we see that Holding is always having a problem with passing the ball. Partey has to come, move out of position just to get the ball from him. It's not the case with Saliba. So I think if Ateta decides to go with what Debo says or said earlier, then I think, I mean, we'll solve that problem already.
Yeah. Well, mind you, that is my expected lineup. Now, if you ask me my preferred lineup, the only way to beat City is to instill fear in them. If you play Martinelli down the middle, where he puts his head down and runs, he's the fastest player on that team. Remember, we don't have a Theo Walcott or the Chamberlains. We don't have those type of pacey players we used to have 5-10 years ago. If you put Martinelli down the middle and let Trossard play that left wing where he's been able to thrive, Saka on the right, I feel Jesus can come up on the bench. I agree with Oscar in that Jesus kind of slows the game down. In fact, in this game, Nketiah is more suited for this lineup than Jesus
I
because
agree,
Nketiah
100%.
plays the offside trap. He plays on that line, so it will force Ake and Diaz to sit back. Nketiah is very good at that offside trap. Jesus does not play offside trap. He does a lot of tiki-taka dribbling, slows the game down, and that's where City will be able to recover and have their defenders protect the ball.
You have a point.
I think you have a very solid point because another thing we fail to highlight is the fact that since Jesus came back from injury, we've been struggling in matches. One of the reasons is because basically he holds the ball for too long, and that again is a negative for us. It's affecting our transition because every time we like to break on counters, and Jesus' style is not like that. He likes to hold the ball, dribble, and all those things. So
But
you might have a
look
point.
at stats now. Ever since he came back,
He's been
look at his
scoring.
stats.
He's been scoring,
Yes,
really. He's been scoring. He's creating spaces for
he's
other people. So
scoring.
I don't think it's a problem from Jesus' side. I
Yeah,
understand the fact that
but Sav is about it's not about scoring, it's about XGs.
yeah, but no, but
It's not a
I
positive
would say
impact.
so. You know what? We look at the three games we've drawn now, right? I don't think it has to do with Jesus. Let's look at where the issue was. Our midfield has collapsed, and that's. I mean, I'm surprised you don't mention that. Partey has been off for the past three games.
Agreed.
You look at the last game we played against what are them again? This team Southampton. See the second goal was from him now. So if the midfield should crumble, if you like bring Nesta and Maldini, they'll struggle, and that's why it's looking like as if Holding is not holding his place down properly as a top choice defender because the midfield is not giving the support he needs. Now Shaka has been injured also, and there's that imbalance. So even Saliba, if you look at some games, there are some games that the midfield didn't play well. He struggled also. Saliba has given away a penalty. He's made some rash challenges. Yeah. So some games he struggled. So some defenders can't go through the whole season without having some errors here and there. Same with Gabriel. Early in the season too, he had those moments here and there. So but we need the experienced players in the team to come out and take us over. I mean, they need to stand out now. And so far, I think that's where we'll be having issues. Our big players, they have all the experience in the world, and not so. Even look at Zini. Zini in the past three games too, he's not been
Exactly.
there. So Zini, Partey, Shaka, we need those guys to actually keep that team how it should be. Dictate the tempo, calm players down, and let them drop their head. So if those big guys cannot do this thing, because again, look at this. Most of our players are young. I mean, average score is 24, 23-year-old average age of the squad. So it's expected that at some point of the season, when the pressure is too much, they may have to falter here and there. But that's where those guys should come out and say, you know what, hey, I'm not having this. Be disciplined, stay where you stay. But when the big guys are the ones even making the issue, making the mistakes here and there, I mean, how do they want to start backing our orders? So I think I need to work on the big guys in the team to actually be his own, be at the time when people are playing on that field and ensure that there's a proper flow in the team. Because I don't want it to be like as if we're signaling our players for non-performance. But yeah, so yeah, Jesus Trossard. I mean, I feel bad for Trossard because he's been playing very well, and all of a sudden he's finding himself playing only 10, 15 minutes these days. But
Yeah.
yeah, but again,
So
Jesus.
what?
I mean, Jesus is Jesus.
So what?
I
What are
think
you
I think
suggesting in
Jesus.
midfield? What are you suggesting in midfield for tomorrow's game?
first thing, Partey should not be on, should be at his best. That's the first thing. I need him to bring his A game to the field. I'm not sure Shaka will be fit tomorrow. If he's not
Shaka
fit,
is not playing.
Jorginho, let him just partner Shaka
Exactly.
Partey. If
That's what I think.
if you should not try what's his name again, Vieira in that role against City. I mean, they won't
I
give him the
like.
ball, and it's gonna be like, to be honest, to be fair to Vieira, I mean, it's a signing for next season. It's meant to blossom for next season. So the big patrol that they're playing so far has not been bad, but I feel it's more of an Odegaard kind of player, not playing that Shaka role because he doesn't have the upper body strength for it. So and if you try again against City, the Rodriguez, the Gundogan and co, they'll ride him off the park. So you should just play Jorginho because
They go chop on like
I know Japan like rush. They go even and don't forget John Stones is playing midfield also. So imagine
Yeah.
Stones, Rodri and Gundogan are the guy who bully him. So let's put Jorginho there. Jorginho can slow the game down when it's too fast. We may not have that burst from midfield to attack like Shaka provides, but again, I think we have capable players that can score goals if we're in that position. But like you said, Oscar, if we go there trying to defend or trying to be too conservative, we'll crack. And if we see anything in the past 3 games, it has shown that once there's constant pressure, we will crack. So if we try it at the Etihad, it's either we're coming back as Liverpool came back.
We're coming back like Spurs.
So it's best to attack them. We've attacked in his last 2 games against City, the one at the Emirates early this year, and even the one last year, January. If I remember that game that they won us with red card to Gabriel and when we're leading. I mean, we actually had better, more ball possession, and we played a very good game. So let's play our natural game against it and not try to be too defensive. It won't work out for us. That's not.
Okay, guys, let me ask you a question. Maybe I like to throw this at Soze, right?
Okay.
We go to Etihad tomorrow and we lose. The title race over.
No, it's not. No, it's not because they still have tough games ahead of them as well. So for me, it's not. But I would like to
Why
leave
does it
them.
look like you're smiling under that? Can you move your hand? It looks like you're smiling.
It's not. It's not over.
Dio, Debo, and Utsi were literally smiling. I'm tired of Arsenal fans. I'm tired.
I don't think it's over, though. So for me, I think they still have tough games ahead, and they can also crack because they have a lot of matches to play. They are in 3 competitions. So, I mean, that pressure. But we know as well that they know how to handle that pressure because they have experienced players. But for me, I would love to come out of there with, I mean, worst case scenario, worst result, a draw. But
Is that what's the best case? Are you thinking what's the best case in terms of?
It's best case.
It's worst case scenario now. We're going there to win now. We're going there to win.
We're going there to win. I mean, why you guys do like this? It's worst case scenario. Because we're going there to
We're
win.
going there to win now, so it's worst case scenario.
Alright, cool.
It's not like we're going there to lose. If we're going there to lose or we're going there for a loss, then that's best case scenario. Then I mean, the draw would be that.
Let's see what happens tomorrow. Let's see what happens.
I'm positive, but my concern is the Shaka void, not even Saliba, the Shaka void, and I think what Debo proposed, I'm strongly hoping that Arteta thinks about it. But because Jorginho will just be too slow for that game. Looking at our experience at the Emirates when they played us at the Emirates, Jorginho was overwhelmed in midfield. So for me, I think.
But that was not a Giorgio Partey combination, right? They should be able to work on that combination because that's the combination that had Giorgio sitting at the 4, right? Of course, they'll take him around.
Mm-hmm.
But when you don't have a Zaka, right? Don't you think, in my opinion, first and foremost, I agree with Tierney starting that match because the wingers that Mancity has, right?
Yes.
Zini is bad at defending. Mahrez is one of the most skillful players you can find on the wings. Do you understand? Zini will grow old overnight if you leave him with Mahrez. He will grow old overnight. Do you understand? So you need somebody that will be jamming him. Do you get what I mean?
Yeah.
You need somebody that will be jamming him bone to bone, everything. And that is Tierney, right? Then you either now play Zini in the midfield or you play Jorginho in the midfield, right? I agree with that. But on that left side, to start, it's just start Tierney for me. Do you understand? I am not a bigger fan of Tierney than I am of Zini. But as long as tomorrow's match is concerned, I prefer
I see.
Tierney.
But you
I
know,
see.
Mika doesn't really fancy Tierney, so I don't think he'll play
Yeah,
him.
I
I don't
know, I
know.
know.
So I've seen games where Zini was injured and he played what's his name? This Japanese guy,
Said,
what's his name?
Tomiyasu.
Tommy.
Tomiyasu.
He played
Tomiyasu.
Tommy as left back. Yeah, played as left back. So I don't know what his beef is. I mean, why he doesn't really have so much confidence in Tierney. But you rather play Zini with one leg than play if it's Tierney. And that's, you know, some managers have this their preference of players um and
no, it
they
might
stick
also
to
be
it.
down to what they're seeing in training now. I mean, maybe Katie doesn't perform in training; he's just fast, and Ateta
But
expects more from his players and speed.
I think it's more about gameplay. It's about gameplay. So Arteta wants his left back to invert and to add to the attack tremendously,
Yes,
not just to
exactly.
defend. But Tierney
So
is the defender and the traditional left back. You defend, go to the byline, get the ball crossing, and that's not what Arteta wants to play. But again, if you look at someone like Pep, Pep sometimes he adapts his players to game. So let me give you an instance now. The last game we played with City, he was literally playing Bernardo Silva as a left wing back. If you recall, to stop
Mm-hmm.
Saka. Well, so that one had to. But that guy's a genius now, Silva. So he could navigate playing the left wing back as he attacking as a midfielder. So he had to adapt his players around to certain games, and so
And
that was
that's why they
so
collect. That's why they collect big
that.
money.
Yeah,
That's why they
yes, but
that, it's gone. But that's why they collect big money. When you said that it
Yeah.
might be difficult
Service
for
on the
them
road.
to spread the play and all
so
of
I think
that.
I should look at that thing. Yeah, a lot of things are not easy against. You can't second guess Pep. You know, we're calling Myers now. Myers may not even play that tomorrow. But I know someone I will play is Grealish. I mean, Grealish is good. If you had a Grealish work rate in that team, you guys really come alive this season. Attacking wise, defensively, on that
So
flank,
yeah,
give me a flank for Grealish.
Grealish against Ben White. What are your thoughts?
But why should just focus
Then why to
on the
cope?
defensive.
You cope. You cope.
Yeah, we cope, but Grealish will
You
give me
cope.
stress. And but what I like Grealish for, what I like Grealish is that Grealish he even covers for his defenders also. So
Yeah.
he played like 90 minutes, and you have seen the last 7 games. He started in City's last 7 games consecutively without being dropped. So it means that Pep trusts him a lot for big and small
yeah,
games.
I think I think we just have to take our chances. I've just been
Yeah,
looking
but
at
that's what it's about.
City's previous games. They lost to Tottenham. They also lost to Brentford. In both games, they played three at the back. Now I looked at the game at was it Brentford? No, Tottenham and one other team. They played three at the back. Now Brentford. Look at the stats against the Brentford team. Brentford won that game 2-1 against City. City had 75% possession, 29 shots on goal. Brentford had 10 shots on goal, 25% possession. Yet they beat City in that game.
Now look,
25% possession. So what that means is all these statistics in a team against in a game against City, just try to take your chances. So where Oscar talked about
hard
Jesus,
point, yeah.
we need a clinical striker, somebody who can sit in the box and just take his chance and score. We don't have time for dribbling, dialing on the ball, and all of that. So
No, no
let's see
time.
how the boys come out tomorrow.
As in 80% of the time, Jesus is with the ball. Yeah, we're all doing Mogbe. Do you get what I mean?
No,
It's
no, 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 no. I
on
don't
our
agree.
hand.
I don't agree.
No,
I
I'm telling you for a
don't.
fact. When you think
No,
when you expect Jesus to
he
shoot,
brings other people into the game. That's the
Yeah.
link up play that Jesus is there for. You see the last
should I
goal.
tell you? Should I tell you
The last goal
when
he laid down for
when
Nelson, right?
Cristiano Ronaldo was first at Man U, right? Fergie had to change something about Cristiano Ronaldo because he held on to the ball too much. There's a point where you need to release the ball. Do you understand? And Van Nistelrooy complained at that time because when Van Nistelrooy goes on the run, Cristiano Ronaldo will be cutting back. He affects. Do you get what I mean? There's a point where players expect you to shoot the ball or pass the ball, and that's when the defenders try to go after you as well, right? But Jesus has this full Brazilian thing he does. He will deceive you. He will cut you back. By then, everybody don't die too. Plus the opposition and plus his own fellow players. Everybody is gone. Yeah, guys, we're almost at 30 minutes, yeah? So I just want to quickly ask. I'll go from Salvi to Soze to Sule FC, Debo, and then to Dio, right? Quick one so that we can close up, right? Your prediction, and then a few words to the Arsenal players, wishing them well.
Yeah,
Salvi.
so my prediction, 2-2. I say 2-2. City will score first, we equalize, we'll score, then they will equalize. 2-2. Again, this game is a make or break game. I need our players to go in like the Champions League final, all right? Because the results from tomorrow is very important. If we lose that game, then I mean we can say goodbye to the title. Yeah, so that's just it. 2-2, please.
Thanks, Salvi.
Thank you.
Soze.
3-2 in favor of Arsenal. Why are you laughing?
It's not a funny matter.
I say
Yes,
amen to that. So I say amen to that.
On a player.
3-2 in favor of Arsenal. I believe that we'll get something out of that result. As far as we stick to being disciplined, we stick to our game, and we don't sit back and entertain a lot of pressure. I just have a strong feeling that would overcome City in the Etihad. 3-2 for me.
All right, nice, Jose. Uzi.
So I'm expectant, or I'm hopeful we get a draw out of that game. A draw would still keep us in the running and just mean that we have to just do better against all the other opposition. I'm not expecting any miracles because I mean, I have from the run of form. It's not really something that's but I believe in the team. If we can get past this hurdle, because I feel like this is what has been in their heads for a while, and then now they finally get there, and then if they pass the hurdle and somewhat successfully, which by successfully I mean a draw, I feel like we can go on to still win this Premier League title.
Thanks, Uzi. Debo L.
Yeah, I want to go with 3-2 as well. I just see a lot of goals in that game, either from Haaland or from us. Both teams want it. So I don't see how City's only going to score one goal. So I'll go with 3-2 to Arsenal.
Thank you, Debo. Diolu.
Okay, I think I'll just go for 2-2. Because I feel like if you can hold it and make sure that in the first 20 minutes, you don't score us, and probably we score after 20 minutes, I'm sure City will score before the end of halftime. Probably we'll try to get 1-1, and halftime again, same thing repeats. I just feel like a 2-2 is more realistic than I hope we can get a win, but a 2-2 looks more realistic.
Okay.
Sir, can I just say this before you go? I like how Salvi and Deolo have kind of
what do you want to change?
planned it out. It's like, they'll just score one and then score back.
No, we have the team. We have the team to do it.
Why used to 2-2 score line? That's the problem. Okay, so
And I can tell you that I will score tomorrow. And Martinelli will score.
For sure.
Yeah. So I'm going bold on this, right? I think it's 3-1, right? 1-3 actually, right? And 1-3. And the reason why I think it's 1-3 is I think Arsenal will score first. Then I think Arsenal will score a second goal. And then City will now score. And then we'll all think like all other games, City will equalize as we've always lost our 2-goal margins. And then in this particular game, we'll score the third one and defend with our lives till the end. Yeah, and that's how I think the 3-1 will happen.
Amen.
Yeah, that's how I think the 3-1 will happen.
That's the best result.
Yeah.
Amen.
Yeah. So to close shop, it's also a fantasy weekend, right? I just want to test the loyalship of being a Gunner, right? So Deolu, who did you captain?
I've not picked my captain yet.
No.
It's too late now. It's too late now.
I think I picked. Let me try to remember.
We'll check your team.
I think I picked Haaland.
And so did I.
And
so did I. So did I.
I said 2-2, so I have my reasons. I feel Haaland will score 2 goals, and I know that. So I like to be happy in both either of the two ways. So I don't want to pick a kind of team that okay at the end of the day if Arsenal loses and we don't win again, I'll be sad.
Protect your happiness,
So
man.
I'm just trying to protect my happiness. That's what I'm trying to do. But I know that Alan will score, sure. So yeah,
I picked Thailand. I picked Thailand as well as my captain. So
Davo, who did you pick?
Who did you pick?
Alan captain.
What? So who did you pick?
Salah. In fact, I benched Grealish.
Salah.
I benched Grealish and White.
I benched Grealish and White as well. And I didn't pick
So
Haaland as my captain.
I'm stuck with
who was your
Salah.
I
captain?
can't remember. I think it was Watkins or somebody. I can't remember. But not Haaland.
Salah.
Not Haaland. I tried to check now, but the matches are just updating. So yeah, matches are just updating. I tried to check to remember, but not Haaland. I am honestly a Gunner. And for the rest of you, we'll end this episode by saying shame on you. All right, guys, nice having you here. Thanks a lot, man.
Yeah, nice one.
Yeah, all right then,
Nice
we're done.
Yeah, cheers, everyone.
All right, cheers.